we are back. So, it is morning. Everybody can make their way downstairs if they're planning to, or to do anything else they want to in the morning.
Nope.
I mean, I had a nice sleep. I'll go grab some breakfast and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat.
Zeke's like, I just casually just rolled a good will save, and that was my night.
There's a lot to discuss, guys. A lot happened last night.
Yeah, so anybody waking up, by the way, can give me a and coming out can give me a perception as they come out of their room. If you beat 15, you'll notice the giant scorch marks on Arius's door, and the fact that it looks like somebody hastily reassembled it.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, this is the shittiest looking door I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, this was like somebody very clearly who knew nothing about putting together doors put this door back together. By the way, a perfect example of your knowledge skills, no functionality whatsoever. Need a meaningless detail about the poor construction of the door? Got him!
I'm like, we're really consistent on it. I don't even know why I'm putting ranks in my knowledge skills. I should just like unlearn them. Put them into something useful.
So you guys can make it downstairs?
Yeah. So I'll just say, is it busy in the inn in the morning?
There's some foot traffic, but you do notice that like it's very difficult unless you're focusing on a conversation to overhear a conversation.
All right. Well, I'll just look around the party and say, listen, there's a lot been going on, and it's time to just be honest with everything. And I'll kind of look at Maldronicus, and I'll be like, I was given a task by industry you may have heard of blacksmithing to retrieve one of Maldronicus's scimitars and bring it to them. It kind of ended somewhat poorly. I tried to do it behind his back and it didn't really work out, and I regret that. I should have been more honest. I needed to get this back, and I'll kind of hold the amulet up to my chest.
Spinks, when you watch his hand go up, I'm gonna need you to give me a will save.
What?
You turn and you look to Arius and you lean into him and whisper, "I'm going to get you, Arius."
Jesus.
And then you lean back.
I'll step away and I'll say, that's the next thing we need to deal with. Things over here lit my door on fire last night and
apparently
threatened to kill me, in which she has no memory of, and the voice that said they were going to kill me that came from her was not her own. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but
all right, would I know of like where something like that would actually change her voice, like that happened to me?
Give me a sense motive, actually, real quick. So you're not sure about how it went with her, but you do know with yourself, like, normally the speech patterns change, and there's like a bit of a thing that people can notice you had other people tell you, like where they could hear it wasn't quite your voice. But anybody who's not really paying enough attention for it is going to miss it easily. Unless, of course, something is very peculiar about the situation. At least in your case with what had happened.
Alright. And they said they were trying to kill you, not Arius?
Yes, she burnt a hole in my door and looked straight at me and said that she wanted to kill me.
But she didn't say Arius?
Pretty sure. I don't know how to care. Did she say Arius?
I don't believe she said Arius. That
Okay,
part
so
I
I'll
don't.
just say,
She did say Arius?
my name, but...
She said, I'm going to kill you, Arius.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Sorry, thank you.
Okay, so I'll say, yes, she did mention me by name, yes.
Okay.
I only remember because Steve says it in such a weird way. He's like, I'm going to kill you, Arius.
So yes,
Not fucking creepy at all.
she claims to have no memory of this incident, but I mean, I tend to believe her because she was speaking in a voice I'd never heard before, or I couldn't recognize it was not her own, and she had plenty of opportunity to kill me in the battlefield and didn't take that chance. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean,
Have any of you had anything happen weird at night?
so I mean, I might know what happened, but I don't want to talk in front of people down here at breakfast, okay?
Oh, well, that's a good development. Should we convene in one of our rooms, or?
I don't really think the inn's safe anymore.
Really? Okay. Where should we go?
Discuss it on the road then. No ears on the
Yeah.
road.
Except for the
maybe.
people we're traveling with.
Lots of time of doing nothing.
Yeah, let's talk on the road.
All right.
Okay.
I guess we'll quickly finish breakfast and then head out.
Okay. So where are you guys heading?
Well, we want to do the bookstore thing.
Okay.
We want to do that first, or I thought we were going to talk first.
No, we're gonna talk when we leave, right?
Yeah, so where are you guys heading somewhere as a group, or are you just going to go outside and start talking?
Are we leaving today or tomorrow?
You guys don't leave town until tomorrow.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought we were talking about. Was we were gonna talk about it on the road back.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I would say, but then we have to have another night where Spinks may try to kill me or something. So, I don't know how.
Yeah. Well, first we should get a different inn.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Like, we'll revisit this sleeping matter when it's time to go to sleep. Maybe I'll stay in a different inn or something. We'll figure it out. All right, let's go. What we have to do today. Keep our minds off less troublesome things.
Huh. I'm glad I'm just seeing people's heads as wayfinders. Makes me the least crazy of us all. Probably.
All right, to the magical bookstore.
Are you guys going to the magic bookstore?
All right. So
Everybody is agreed, right? You're heading. You're gonna see what Zeke wants to show you guys before you head on your own private things.
Yeah, if you wanted to show us something ahead of time or before we before we left, then yeah.
This morning I'm preparing skim and usually the normal stuff, but skim instead of blade lash.
Okay.
Before I go to the library.
Excellent. Thank you.
I pretty much will always have shocking grasp and frostbite memorized.
Okay.
So it's like the other two that I'm swapping around usually.
Perfect. So you guys will head over to the small bookstore. And how do you want to go at this?
All right, Zeke, what's the game plan here?
okay. Yeah. Pretty much. Let me pull up my wizard notes here.
I like that spell.
All right. So there's a dwarf in the bookstore here.
Mm-hmm.
He's selling something to spellcasters. I don't know what. But that's what I'm interested in, is finding out what exactly he's selling.
You're telling us that on the way up there?
Yeah, whoever's coming.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to like pay attention. Is he like talking in a normal voice, or does it?
Oh, Tom's vocal patterns, is he talking?
Yeah. Well, compared to like the normal town folks.
Where you're standing, it sounds like he's talking his normal voice.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like it's muted at all, like the rest of the people.
No?
Huh.
Zeke, I didn't take you for a spellcaster. Why are you interested in these spell items?
Well, I heard some rumors that he sells something strange, and I want to know what it is. I witnessed a transaction yesterday, but I don't know what it was about. I couldn't tell.
Speaking of strange things, have any of you guys noticed how much quieter it is outside than it is anywhere else?
Nope.
Do I
Sounds
notice? Yeah.
just like everywhere I've been.
It seems like people are trying to be.
Is it
More
quiet
quiet.
even during the day?
Yeah, it's quiet right now.
Like,
I don't know. Like people
like
seem
the
to be.
sound is lowered, or that there are no people walking around talking.
There are people walking
No.
around talking all over the place. Give me
When they're
a
talking-
perception.
They're talking in a lower tone, and it seems like their footsteps are lighter. That was something I noticed, right?
Mhm. Yeah, Zeke, you can kind of notice it too. Like the voices all sound much softer, and they don't seem to leave the same footprint sound that you would normally hear.
Is there anyone looking at us in the vicinity?
Give me another perception. No,
So as
Cassius, you
stealthily
don't
as
see
I-
anybody looking around at you.
so
Okay.
I'll just tell them perhaps a quick detect magic to see if there's any magical things going on. And I'll cast detect magic.
As you start casting Detect Magic, I am going to need you to give me a concentration check.
Ooh.
Somebody's about to go blind.
You successfully cast the Detect Magic, and there is a lot of magic all over the place. And can I have the rest of the group give me a perception while he is doing this?
Oh yeah.
All right. All the rest of you notice that there are 3 dwarves in full plate that are now standing around the 5 of you. They've
Extra
kind of like
sneaky
come up
dwarves?
from very different areas, but they move in a way that like normally dwarves do not.
Extra stealthy.
They seemingly extra stealthy dwarves.
So what am I staring at?
The ground.
Man, this is some nice ground.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to put that spell out.
Sure. I'll cancel my detect magic.
We have very strong rules here about where and when you can use magic.
We're
Was
not from
aware.
around here.
Well,
Would you mind letting us know what's going on?
yes. Don't cast magic on the streets. Don't attempt to harm anyone on the streets. Don't play music on the streets.
Play music.
Don't-
Yes. No musicianing on the streets.
That's not what I was
Around
expecting.
these parts, music is basically the same thing as magic.
Get a lot of bards in here, I see.
Bards find their way everywhere. They're terrible creatures.
Love to hear the story about that one sometime.
What are we playing? 2nd edition? What's happening?
Classes are races, races are classes.
Somehow I'm an elf now.
These are very simple rules. Do you need a full rundown? We can take you back to the barracks and have a discussion about our town's rules.
No, that's not necessary. I was just trying to get an understanding so that we didn't break any more rules.
Good. Understood then.
Quick question. My friend over here sees that it's a little quieter around here. Is this from the music ban, or what's is there spells in effect here? What's going on? Can you
The
give us
whole
information
place
on
is
this?
blanketed in a sort of modification, is what we know of silence or something. I'm not real big on spells. I know of silence. I know it shuts down a wizard pretty quick.
Ah, I was still able to cast though. Haha.
Well,
Won't
it's
do it
not
again, that's
a
for sure.
it's not a full level of silencing. The magic that we have here, obviously if we blanketed the whole town in silence, No one would be able to get any talking done, and I would not be able to properly apprehend you or explain any of this to you. But it does keep conversations private. And if we need to hit someone with the silence in a pinch, it amplifies the effect of it.
Very nice.
It is. It also means that you'd never hear us coming.
Indeed. Thank you for the information. We will be sure not to break any further rules now that we are aware of them.
Good. Thank you. And the guards all make their way away.
Well, that answers that question, Cassius.
That's still a little strange, but all right.
I mean, it's not so
I mean,
strange to take safety precautions against magic. Magic is pretty powerful.
Yeah, but still makes me wonder why they would have to do that.
Well, you could have asked them.
Yeah, but how much do you really trust the guards to give you the information that's actually going on?
They seem like trustworthy dwarves.
I mean, we're going
They
to
seem-
a bookstore. Maybe there's a history of the town there.
That's fair. They did seem like dwarves.
Speaking of which, Zeke, you want us spellcasters to go in there and try and purchase something, or ask for the magical nature stuff and see what he gives us, or?
Yeah, I mean, just imply that he sells something special or something like that. See if you can figure out what he's selling.
All right.
Maybe I mean, I definitely witnessed some sort of strange sale.
Well,
a lot
to be honest,
a lot of spellcasters come in and out of the bookstore.
well, to be honest, I feel like myself, Maldronicus, and anyone else who casts spells has done a lot of speaking lately. Perhaps Sphinx wants to take the charge on this. I just got in trouble with the guards. I don't think it'd be good for me to go ask for random magical items. Sphinx, what do you say? Are you up to perhaps getting some super magical item?
I can try.
Yeah, I was hoping you would use a little more tact than going in there and being like, "Hey, do you sell magical items?"
Well, yes, that's why I think Sphinx would be great for this.
Oh, hey,
She's
bud,
great with
you
people.
do illegal things. Would you mind?
Would you point me in the direction of the illegal magic section?
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
All right, we'll back you up. We'll peruse the store, and you go up and try to suss out what he's got for sale for a spellcaster such as yourself.
Are you trying to get arrested, Cassius? Performance music or something?
No.
Perform nothing.
Exactly, that's what the law is. Perform nothing. Alright, so Sphinx. Nope. Going to jail. Alright, so Sphinx, you can head on in.
Yeah, I think we all
there
head
you
into the
go.
bookstore, and then we just
Okay.
pretend to be perusing other things while we overhear her.
You all come in together?
Nope.
No.
No. I was just about to say I'm gonna wait a few minutes.
Alright,
I'm gonna
Sphinx.
even kind of break off from them a few probably about 50 feet away from the store.
Okay.
I think if we did we discuss this? Because if not, I'm just gonna walk in with her and just look at another section or something.
I mean, two people going in at once isn't
Yeah.
super suspicious or anything.
So yeah, I'll just walk in right behind her.
My favorite couple.
What?
From that last session, or the session in Kazaran with the masks.
Yeah.
Oh my-
Or, yeah, it was Kazaran.
This guy's
oh
an old
yeah,
though,
when
right?
he tried to use my race to get discounts on the map.
Yes.
The shopkeep isn't old. We don't have to worry about Arya's trying to beat him up, do we?
That was a group decision we made.
That was a
You mean when you went back and started beating up that old guy? And then threw money at his feet?
Hey, I paid him for his time.
decision.
So yeah, I think while Sphinx does whatever she does, I look for history books on the city.
Okay. All right. So, Sphinx, what are you doing? How you handling this?
I'll glance at some books, like make it look like I'm looking around the place, and I'll casually walk up to the.
Hello there, miss. Not often we get hobgoblin in here.
Eh, I enjoy good now.
Well, I have a good number of books. Plenty worth reading. What's your favorite subject of reading?
I like sort of
Illegal magic.
books. Yes, illegal books. I like sort of special books.
What kind of special books? There are lots of special books in this world. Books that can take you to magical places. That's not a perform, that's a spell.
Oh.
A series of spells. What kind of special books are you interested in? We've got a lot of rare and lost tomes.
Tome.
Yes. Tomes filled with tales of times long past or different. Did you just pet your monitor, Tom?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You got a problem with that?
It's weird. While she's having this conversation, go ahead and give me a perception, Arius.
Ooh. Everything is fine. This is fine.
The perception duo strikes again.
Good thing you can't see how terrible I'm doing at this.
Which one of the two of you is the next one to come in?
I'm not going in.
Okay.
I'm just watching the door.
Okay.
Kind of like looking casual, just like, I don't know, leaning out a building, like, not casting magic, apparently.
Got it.
Just like,
If I don't see anybody else going in within a couple minutes, I'll head in myself.
All right. So you can head on in. What books are you looking for that are special? Maybe I've got some in my collection of rare ones. Is this about your friend over there? Is that why you're a bit anxious? I do have books that can help in that department.
You do.
I do. I notice that his skin looks a little bit different. Seems a little blue. Perhaps there's some magic that the two of you want to bring into your life? Maybe a little bit more magic if you catch my drift, and I've got books that can teach you about magics long forgotten.
That sounds like something I might be interested in.
And he reaches down and he picks up a blue book and sets it on the counter.
I'm terrified because everyone's laughing now.
Yeah, you should be, to be honest.
God.
No, it's not terrifying.
I've only cursed us all.
Now, what is it
No.
about him that you find the difficulty in? Is it his size, the shape, the skin? Maybe his appearance? You're overhearing bits of this.
All right. I'm gonna try not to make a face when I'm like,
Give me in this case, give me a because he's kind of watching as this would happen. So give me a stealth check. I can't find my d20. There it is. Okay. What would you like some aid with? Maybe he's not as potent as you'd like?
Now I'm just confused.
Or maybe he's too potent and you'd like to avoid any further mishaps.
I glance over at Arius and then glance back at him like.
Oh, is it the color? Listen, I have a wonderful thing. Here. Lean closer. He opens
lean a little closer.
He opens up the book and he flips through a couple of pages and he points to a spell. Do you have your read magic ready? What?
Out of character, is that a spell I'm supposed?
Read
Is that
magic
an
is a spell.
specific spell?
It's kind of like one of the standard, like, you always have it as.
Yeah, it's one of your 0th level spells, so you would have it.
Oh,
Is it? Hold on. What do I have prepared? I'm pretty sure I always prepare read magic. No, you might not have it prepared. It depends.
Well, in this case, I would say she probably would, considering she knows she's going to a place that has some kind of magical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to do with books. So,
It's getting a little steamy in here.
What?
do you have your read magic prepared?
yeah.
Have a read.
I will read the spell that he is playing.
Okay. This is called Fantasy Partner. This spell allows you to, when you're in an active coitus with another person, you perceive them as someone other than who they are.
Is this a real spell?
It is a blue magic spell.
It's hilarious.
It's rude as hell.
Hey, sometimes it can be difficult. Now, it is important that you keep this to yourself. There are many people out there that don't appreciate the wonders of what this magic can do. And there are a lot of people that don't look highly upon people who know this magic. But I can make this spell yours if it will help.
That's not quite the kind of special one.
No? I think these are quite special.
Yes, but that's not specifically the kind that I was looking for.
Oh, the problem isn't with his appearance, but perhaps with his size? Here, I have enlarged number, if that will help.
This isn't about him.
Oh.
No,
So
it's
what about
just too big. She needs the other one.
what about
Just go around straight.
what about yourself? You perhaps are. Is it that you're loose, or maybe a little bit too moist when the time comes?
I just facepalm. I just openly face. This is not at all what I'm looking for.
Oh. Then why did you bring your boyfriend up?
I did not say anything about that random guy over.
You came in together. You came immediately
really
to
did.
me, asking me for special books. Well, he perused the books, pretending that he wasn't looking for anything particular. He's been wandering about, very confused the whole time. He's over there right now in the romantic books section.
I'm looking for a history book.
That's what you get when you roll a 0. You couldn't help
Romantic
make the story
history.
even better.
Shopkeeper's like, oh yeah, sure, the history books.
He has nothing to do with it.
Oh, well. He closes the book and puts it away. You're sure you don't want any of these?
That's not the kind of special book that I'm...
But they're very special, and I assure you a lot of people who buy them really enjoy them.
Yeah, that's not why I'm here.
Well, what is it you're after? His voice has gotten louder again.
Other than that special book, do you have any other special books that may pertain to a
Well,
subject?
obviously. But you're gonna have to be more specific now that we've come into some level of confusion. Well, I can see that maybe you're a bit confused. Maybe I can demonstrate one of the spells for you. Would that work?
Which one?
Well, if I tell you, then you know what I'll have. What I have, and that could be just as problematic for our exchanges. Wouldn't you agree?
Fine.
Wonderful. Can I have you lean forward just slightly?
Fine.
Give me a spellcraft check as he casts something. Let me see if that is enough. Hold on a sec. If you, Arius, or Cassius, if you have spellcraft, you may use it here as well with that perception.
Cool.
Let's see if I can find this spell real quick. Just give me 1 sec. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Where is this? Is it? No. Okay, it's... That's not the one. It's the next one from there.
Dang it.
Okay, you are... What's the other part of this? Into those 2 parts. You are not exactly sure what he casts, but it doesn't matter anymore because you haven't had a conversation with him yet. Well, I'm sorry, you get a will save against this. I did forget about that part. Give me a will save.
Her?
Okay. Just her. So you feel like something is trying to like pull the memory of the last couple of minutes out of your head.
What the heck?
Oh, I didn't assume. I assumed you wanted me to show you, so I showed you. If you can remember, perhaps you get some of the idea.
Right.
How long has this been like in game time?
Couple of minutes.
And no ruckus is going down.
No. There's not a lot of other people
I'm just
here.
gonna,
You guys
like,
are
look
kind
at
of the first
Cassius.
patrons that have come in.
I'm just
So
gonna look at like Cassius, and I'm like, I don't really know what's supposed to be going on here. But
Cassius
I
went
don't-
in. You mean
Cassius
Zeke?
went in.
Yeah, Zeke is still out there, right? Or did Zeke go in?
Yeah,
yet?
but I was heading in shortly after.
Okay.
Cass.
So
Like,
Zeke would be
I was
about
waiting
to.
for you to give me the opportunity to. Yeah.
Yeah, Zeke would be about to head in as you start interacting. Sorry.
Mhm.
You can lean
It's
over
like-
to Zeke and say the same thing, though.
I'm like, Zeke, what do we like? Before you go in, I would just say, "What? Are you sure there's something going on here? This, like, did you suspect something was going to go down if she went in, or what was your thought?"
Well, this guy's selling something to spellcasters, and I just am interested in what it is. I'm like, I saw tons of people go in and leave with no problem, so no, there shouldn't be any issues.
So, do you know what we're looking for? Or just you just
No,
want to?
that's what she's finding out. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
she's here to find out. Yeah.
All right, I'll stay watching then.
Now, it's very important for me, young lady, that this discussion goes no further than that door. If you were strong enough to resist what I tried to do there, you understand how important it is that other people don't know about what I'm offering. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are interested in a lot of spells. Not all of them for bad reason. I keep track of all of my customers very, very intimately. But what I offer is not something that many towns want people to have. Possibly including this one. I won't confirm or deny whether or not what I have is stuff they would or would not want. But I'll know who's turned me in if anything suddenly changed. Now, I would suggest that you buy something before you go. To seal our arrangement. Otherwise, I'm going to have to ask that you allow me to cast again, and you willingly let it happen.
Does he mean like something random out of the shop, or like one of these spells?
One of these spells.
Can it be the one you...
The one I just tried to use? Certainly. One sec. It's... Damn it. What the fuck just happened? Why am I on a different... Okay. He tells you that the total cost for the spell is 300 gold. I have less expensive things if you cannot afford that. I'll tell you what, how about this? You allow me to register you in my book, and I will give you one for free. But it will be for my personal enjoyment to give it to you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I think that our interaction earlier was quite entertaining. You seemed rather bothered, and your whatever that man over there is that came in with you seemed awkward, seemed a little bit confused by the nature of our conversation. So perhaps you could have something to share with him down the road, yes?
What? What?
Yes, something for the two of you to share. Are you confused? Maybe he would be interested in the spell himself? Or maybe it will help the two of you engage in things that maybe you're denying to yourselves.
Yeah, no. No.
Well, then I guess you'll have to come up with something. Or you can take nothing and put your hand in the book. And he picks up another book and lays it down on the counter. It's okay, it won't hurt you. It just tells me who you are.
Why am I like 6 gold off of this? This is not fair.
You could try to negotiate with him.
So why are you agreeing to give me that other one free? But thanks, Brain. You're very helpful.
The other one for free is just something I would choose that I think would be fun for you to have. It's always interesting when somebody is, carrying around something that maybe they shouldn't have. And it kind of ensures that there's a bit of quid pro quo, let's say, if you were to talk. If somebody were to find what I give you in your book, they would think you just as bad as me, and we'd both end up with the same fate. You potentially more, because, well, I have ways out.
As opposed to the other thing. You
Yeah.
just tried.
The other one is much more powerful and much more impactful. You could use this to great benefit for a large number of reasons. I don't think I'm being unfair. Are any of the rest of you looking for something in particular while you're in here?
No, I was just going to kind of see what kind of books he was offering on the shelf.
Okay. There's a very wide variety. You can give me a perception to get like a general idea. Most of his shelves are fiction books, with a handful of non-fiction books in a couple of categories, but mostly like general non-fiction stuff.
Oh, okay, nothing that stands out.
No.
I'm gonna get book 2 of this series from Darragate.
Okay. Well,
I'll go find something that's near what he was picking up.
okay. So as you go over there are these books by Theragage Thornob on the shelf.
Seen a couple of these before. I'm gonna pick that one.
Okay. Well, what will it be? Do you want the other spell? Do you want the free spell? Or do you just want to put your hand in the book? Talk with me. We cannot accomplish anything if you are silent. And we're running short on time, as other patrons will soon be able to hear this more clearly.
Right. I'll just put my hand on the book.
Okay. You place your hand on the book, and it, like, sketches you into the book and rolls your name out across the top of the book and puts down a couple of, like, different specs, like, information about you. Like, your measurements, your, some of the, like, spells that you know get etched into the book as well. There's, like, a lot of information here that ends up on this page. He closes the book. There. Also, is there anything else that I can interest you in?
You got just a normal fantasy book
Yes, there are
that
plenty.
you'd recommend.
There are plenty. I have
Neighbor.
many about worlds where people have the ability to communicate across long distances without the use of magic, and they have fire beams that come out of small metal tubes.
I guess that one seems interesting.
Okay, right over there. Excuse me, you sir, you're next.
Me or Tom?
Tom.
Yep, I'm putting down my
Excellent.
book.
You enjoyed the last one?
yeah, it was pretty good.
It's very entertaining, the timing of today. That'll be 2 gold, please.
All right.
And next.
Put the book down.
Oh! Apparently, it's a grand day for Theragage.
This guy really sold me on it, actually. He was looking at these, and I was like, what are those? I've never heard of those before. So I kind of perused it a little bit, and I was like,
They're quite good. 2 gold.
Agreed. All right. If it's a series, I'm picking one of the first ones.
Okay.
If I randomly picked one in the middle somewhere.
Okay. Alright, Sphinx, are you picking up anything?
I'll get the book that he read.
Okay. You can find a book. It's got like this cover with like somebody's drawn on it, and it's like this person with some kind of metal object in their hands that looks kind of like a crossbow, but it's missing the bow part, and it's firing like this red beam of fire at this giant like golem thing that's coming at it.
Sure, I'll get that one. Whatever.
All right. It is 2 gold for that book.
Alright.
Awesome.
Does it have a name?
It does. I don't have it on me at the moment.
Book with metal dick and golem.
What?
I don't know what else to call it.
He has a laser pistol.
Yeah, it's not Golem Erotica?
No, it is not Golem Erotica.
All right, wait. What is?
Oh, so
what
that
is?
wasn't the Sarah Gage book
It's
that you
basically no. It's a sci-fi book. Is what he's recommended to you.
It's a science friction book.
So just random sci-fi book.
Yes.
Oh
Alright.
yeah.
And Arius, are you picking up anything?
I was trying to look for like a history of the town book. Anything books on the history of the town?
Eventually, you'll realize you're in the fiction section thanks to his help. And you can go over to the non-fiction section and give me one more perception.
Oh boy.
All right, you pick up what you are quite sure is a history book. And you
One of these, sir.
bring it to the counter, and he's like, "Oh, is this for your son? I thought the two of you weren't
Son?
together."
What?
Mm,
I'm
Yes.
looking for a book on the history of this town.
It does say,
What
like,
is it?
the history of town.
Yes, this is what exactly I need.
Okay. As you wish, sir. That'll be 1 gold.
You got it. I can't wait to learn about the history of this town. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I'll walk out looking very proud with my purchase.
All right. You will be very proud when you get to reading it. All right, so are you going to relay the info that you've learned, Spinks, to the rest of the group?
When everyone's like out of the store and all gathered.
Okay.
So, it turns out that Zeke was sort of right.
What do you mean?
He sells some special spell.
Ooh. Should we... did you see what kind of spells he had? Any powerful ones we should look into purchasing, perhaps, for us?
I mean, I didn't get to see much of it.
I didn't
There-
really pick up on anything in their conversation, right?
With some of your rolls, you picked up some bits of it, but when they, you didn't give me another roll when they started whispering to each other.
I thought I did.
Well,
My
actually,
bad.
maybe you did. Hold on. The spellcraft happens, you perception, before that you... Yeah, your other perception was a 15. So you got some of what they were talking about, but then you don't follow up from there. You don't follow up until after you're trying to identify what spell he's trying to cast on her.
Oh, wait a minute. Because that was the spellcraft, and then
Right,
I had the one
27
spellcraft
to
after
hear
that.
that he was casting a spell. And then you
Then I have the
then you spellcrafted
there's-
to see whether or not you
then
detected
there-
it.
and then underneath her, after her will,
That's
I
you
did
looking for the
perception.
book.
Oh, okay. Wait, well, for the
Because
for a
after
book to
after
find?
the will would not be, so it was perception to hear that he was casting the spell. Spellcraft in order to get to that point. It would have been very difficult for you to have heard it, first and foremost,
Yeah.
and it would have happened much earlier in the conversation because you made the handle animal joke during the rest of it, which was while you had the 15 going.
Yeah, because okay. So I wouldn't have seen the book that he pulled out or anything.
You would have seen that he pulled out a blue book and showed it to her.
Okay, I'll mention that if it comes up in the conversation.
Okay. Carry on. Sorry.
There was only one, truly notable one would have been of any possible use.
So is he secretive with these? Is it illegal to sell spells in this town? Is it...
It
Do any...
may...
Perhaps I can look it out in this book. I have the history of the town. I'll pull out my book and look at it.
You open the first page, and there's pop-ups in the book. And it says, once upon a time, this town was a blank grassland.
Also, I'm assuming we're not doing this right outside of his building, right?
No, we probably walk.
Okay. Yeah, there were a lot of interesting adjectives that were being thrown around in that conversation.
The crafty owner of the shop tricked me into buying this book. He must have known I was looking for the secrets of this town.
That you can't read?
I can read. I just did not look in the book before I bought it. I trusted him, unfortunately. Well,
It does give you a brief history of the town.
what can I learn anything from this? Just looking through it quickly.
You can learn that like a long time ago, a bunch of dwarves essentially founded this town.
Okay.
They had some issues with this town. Is actually part of an offshoot of the town that you were previously in, Lukil.
Okay.
So a bunch of people who were very unhappy with the way that things were progressing and felt they could do better with their own town decided to move out and produce the wonderful and great town that you're in today, the town of Kminster. And many people have flocked here because Kminster is in a good location for redistribution of a number of different products. It has good access to the river that runs through it and connects it down towards the mountain area where many objects are sent up it. Like you can see in the pop-up book, like they have a little boat that flows up the river, or a boat that flows around the waterways. But it talks about how like there's lots of storms that happen, and you can see like there's a little lightning you can move on the page that like storms at the boat, and then the boat's like crashed on the ground nearby. So they tend to use carts.
This is a surprisingly informative book.
Well, they wanted to take all the key things that would be interesting to kids, like lightning and carts and boats. All things kids like. And so it became the trade center that it's known for being today.
All right, I'll relay the basics of that information. I'll kind of play with the lightning a little bit.
I'm not jealous, you're jealous. Shut up.
So, Zeke, is this of interest to you? Do we want to pursue this further? Do we want to acquire any of these spells, or?
I don't know. I couldn't really tell what. So he had illegal spells, or
It sounds like
Did he
he's
have-
secretly
what-
selling
like,
spells for
He had a blue book.
a blue book.
I don't know what was in that, but
so yeah. I mean, I don't. That's what I was hoping we were gonna find out was what he was selling.
I know some of the things that he was.
All right.
he seemed to gesture over to Arius quite a bit.
Did he? I didn't notice.
Yeah, well,
Maybe he
more than he
detected I was
would.
another spellcaster. Perhaps I should go in and peruse his wares. Maybe he'll.
No,
No.
it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Perhaps it's just some not that interesting of spells to look into then.
They're
You get the impression she's definitely trying to hide something in that makes her feel very, very uncomfortable.
I'm just gonna look at her like. Then I'm gonna look over at Arius.
Yes.
they're
Cassius,
did-
what are you getting at?
there did seem to be more useful spells as the last one I saw. But you have to know specifically what you're looking for in order to really get, what you're looking for. In order
Well,
For instance, whatever the last thing he used was, it tried to get the memory of the last few minutes out of my.
memory theft sounds quite familiar.
Yeah, that does sound like he has illegal magic then.
Out of character, is that spell like illegal? I can't remember when we.
You would need to give me a knowledge law.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
it's not like common
rats.
knowledge or
No.
like illegal spells?
Nope.
Okay. How about a knowledge arcana? If like are these commonplace spells that I would
You
know?
can give me a
or-
knowledge arcana.
Sure. Ooh.
So it is definitely not really commonplace to have a spell that can remove your memory for more than just a couple of seconds. One that can remove a whole conversation is not one that you've ever encountered.
Hmm. Yes, I've never heard of such magic. This is powerful stuff that he holds. And he offered to sell you this magic? The memory magic?
Yeah.
This sounds like a powerful tool or to use. Did you buy it?
It's. I didn't have quite enough. It was 300 gold.
Well, I think we can pool the money together. This sounds like a powerful spell that that we could use.
That kind of money, you could buy a map.
Did you have a great map already, Cassius?
Yeah, but it's not as fancy as the map I could have had.
Well, this spell sounds a lot more valuable than that. In fact, I think it's a bargain for 300 gold to wipe memories. Sounds like an invaluable spell
Well,
that we could.
The question is, are you getting the spell, or is he casting the spell? Because there is a big difference between spending 300 gold on him giving you the spell.
Sphinx, he was offering to teach you the spell, right?
That's what.
I think if everyone else agrees, I think Sphinx we should fund this and she should learn this spell. It sounds very useful. We could all benefit from such a power.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Sounds like something that would be good for the party to have.
Does everyone agree? Zeke? This was your idea-ish. Is this what you kind of hoped for? Us gaining some powerful
I mean,
abilities?
I don't think we should possess illegal magic like that. I think what we should do
Really?
is turn this man into the authorities.
Really? Meldronicus, do you think this is our correct action? Turn this man into the law?
I'm still not there. I'm like,
Oh, I
Well,
thought we
they're
were
outside.
all reconvened.
They're outside now.
Yeah, we reconvened together.
Yeah, we're not talking in his shop. This was after we were leaving.
Yeah, we made sure to specifically state that this time.
no. I'm with Zeke on this. We're not doing anything illegal.
Zeke
But
wants to
you
turn him
wanna-
in.
You want to turn him in?
Sure.
Sphinx, you spend quite a time with him. Are you at risk at all if we do this? Did he?
Yeah.
You are at risk? What why?
He knows who I am and that I know. If we were to turn him in, like, immediately, he would know that it was me.
I mean, sure, but I mean, you didn't do anything illegal, so I don't think you'll be in trouble.
Not by the law.
Are you afraid of some revenge he may seek on you?
If he has something that powerful, who knows what else he has at his disposal.
This is true. If he's been able to operate in the city this long, I'm sure he has some precautions in place to prevent any random person from just turning him in after finding it out. Seems kind of risky if we turn him in. I don't know. Seems like Sphinx is at risk here. It's up. I would leave the decision to her then. But I am not the leader, so.
I mean, I don't want to leave someone who's erasing memories just to do as he pleases.
That's a good point.
It didn't seem like he was just erasing memories, though. He was Sphinx, did you say he was just showing you his
He's
abilities? or
offering to sell this to anyone who wants it, it seems.
something? That did seem like the case then. We are military though. We're not law enforcement. Is this our business to? I'm just worried he may do something to Sphinx if we turn him in. I don't want to risk one of our military members on something that doesn't concern really the military. Perhaps on our way out of town we leave an anonymous tip about him or something. Would that satisfy both? I don't think he would trace it back to you, Sphinx, and then Zeke, you can rest knowing this man is at least known to the authorities. Not sure how else we go about it. Any thoughts?
I mean, it sounds like our hands are tied. The man has knowledge. He's not doing anything himself with that knowledge that we know of. He's selling it, but actions speak larger than that. And I don't know what all went down in this shop, but apparently it sounds like a total shit show went down. And I guess I apologize for leaving anything up to these, like, for stepping out on this one. But yeah, I don't see what we can do here. And
Well, we could turn him into the authorities.
well, and risk Sphinx or his life. Somewhat, someone selling spells is worth someone's life.
I mean, those men who came up to us earlier seemed pretty powerful. You think this guy's going to be able to escape them?
I don't know. I don't know enough about this person.
I mean, he probably has some contingencies in plan. I can't imagine he wouldn't, especially being a spellcaster.
At that mention, can I have all of you with ranks in spellcraft or knowledge arcana to give me one of those relevant checks?
Woo!
Ooh.
I'm the best at the spells.
Okay. So at the mention of the word contingency, everybody except Sphinx could have some idea that it is possible that if Sphinx somehow gave him information, or that she interacted with something of his, it is possible that there is some kind of spell attached to a spell called contingency that could affect her.
Yeah, but she didn't say that what she did. She just said that he has her name or whatever.
Sure.
Did I see her touching that book at all?
You did see her touch the book. That you would have perceived.
I mean, it seems safe to assume that that's something suspicious to mention. So Sphinx.
Yeah.
What's the deal with these books of his? I saw you touching one of them, and did he cast from the other book, like the blue?
No,
blue book,
the other thing he did not cast from.
Okay.
The blue one, from what I could tell, contained spells. The other one is what he used to log people that might be interested where.
Ah,
Wait a
that's
minute.
what that was.
You said he casted a spell on you in there?
I mean, he attempted to.
Then how come the guards weren't alerted to it? Does he have some sort of protections on his...
The guards.
They said this magic cast on the street.
Mhm.
Oh. So I guess inside buildings are...
Yeah, you can cast spells in buildings.
Ah. Never mind.
But
Sorry, I was gonna say, when we're looking at the store, it's not obviously like this is a magic store. It's like clearly he's
It's a bookstore.
selling this stuff. It's just a bookstore. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That you can only discover that he's selling other things via word of mouth.
Right. Okay.
Have we seen any magic shops around here? Or?
You've seen other magic shops. There are other magic shops around the
Okay.
town. I mean,
So it's
Blacksmith
not-
Inc. is one that Arius and Mal know about. So
yeah, and
So it's not like-
the pop-up book referred to it as like a trade center.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so it's not like uncommon for there to be magic shops. So obviously he's
So obviously these
Got
is
other stuff
illegal
going on.
type
Mhm.
of magic. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't really have a dog in the fight. I mean, he's got some powerful spells, and it seems, and probably has some backup plans. I'm assuming, but
Spinks, you did you say if we do turn him in, are you at risk at all? Do you think?
I mean, he has a lot of my information in the book now.
in
He
the
has
book,
your-
what do you mean by that? Like you wrote your name down?
No, when I placed my hand on the pages, it transferred a lot of my information. It just magically appeared in his book.
Maybe there's some way we can get this book.
This sounds like a high risk operation to steal this man's magical book from unread under him. How do you propose we go about that?
Well, Spinksar is at risk forever, right? If he has this information. So
With this description,
getting this book somehow would be the only way to prevent
So
that.
one thing you'd be
right?
aware of is that contingency does have a duration. So if it is a contingency situation, it
Yeah,
does inevitably
Okay,
end
but
at
in
some
reality,
point.
I want this book for the wizard list. I don't really.
I understand what your purpose behind it is. I don't need to know what out of character you want in character. I'm just telling
Oh,
you
I
guys
thought-
what you would
yeah, I
know.
thought you
I'm
were-
telling the people who knew about contingency what details they would need to know based on what you've told
Okay.
them and what they've said currently.
sorry, with that check, we would recognize this as the spell contingency is probably what he did here.
Yes, you would recognize that there's a chance that what happened here is the book has some ability to use a contingency,
Okay, just because I don't know this spell out of character, so
and
I
that
assume
since he
mine-
was able to threaten that if she reported him to the authorities, something bad would happen. Those two things line up with each other.
you said, did you give us the rough duration on contingency? Like,
You would know
Or
that
did
it's
you not?
1 day per level.
okay, yeah. If I'll mention it if nobody else does. What we could always do is because we're going back to the one town right after this, and then
Yes.
okay, we could always just bring it up to the military.
The military doesn't care about small issues like this.
I mean, they might not. I mean, having the ability to erase people's memories seems bigger than a small issue, though. I don't know how much they'd care, but I mean, at least they'd be able to be in a position to do something if the more law-abiding members of our party are that concerned about it.
So this might be meta, but since you said I do know the spell, Arius would know the spell. I just reading the spell. It says only one contingency spell at a time. The second is cast. The first one is dispelled. Would I know this in character?
You would know that, yeah.
Okay, so I will say perhaps I know this. If this is the spell that we think it is, contingency, it only one can be active at a time. Perhaps we pay off someone to go in and put their hand in the book as well, and it'll cancel out Spinksara.
Oh, no, it's one
Oh.
contingency per
Fine.
person.
So he can only have one
Oh.
on Spinksar at a time.
Correct.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then I do.
And
know.
plus, your plan is putting a random civilian at danger as opposed to her.
Look, like we're on like a mission to deliver this. We were supposed to be in town for just some casual stuff, and now we're apparently in packs. This thing will wear off. We can come back and deal with this if this is really what like is important. But at this present point, I'm not endangering a member of our squad, and this has absolutely nothing to do with the interests of the military.
Or me.
Sphinxar has saved my life multiple times. I'm not risking her life just for some petty issue that doesn't seem to really apply to the military. If Sphinxar wasn't in danger, that's different. But I'm not risking a life. Just, I don't understand what the purpose. Like, I cast magic. So what?
You're not erasing people's memories. That's the difference. That's what I want to stop.
I mean, neither is he, though.
Yes, not only is he doing it as Sphinxor said that he cast it on her. So not only is he doing it, but he is allowing who knows how many other people to do it too.
Was he trying to sell that spell to you?
Yeah, she said that he was that he offered the spell
Okay.
for 300.
I didn't know she had
The
mentioned it.
low,
in
low
character.
price of 300 gold.
Oh, that was that spell. Okay.
And Arius was encouraging everybody to that you guys should pitch in for her to buy it.
Well, no, for him to buy it, he wanted.
No, I wanted it.
Arius can't learn it.
Yeah.
As a sorcerer, they're kind of unable to do that without taking extra things.
So, I mean, I don't have access to his character sheet. I don't really know.
I mean, he's a sorcerer.
Well, it says I can learn spells through study.
Until she's free of this spell, I feel like our hands are tied. Any action we take, whatever this contingency was, I wasn't aware that someone was going to go into the store and make a death pact or whatever it is that she made with this man. But at this point, if we want to get this guy, then we can. But right now, we can't do anything about it, and we're on a mission by our employers that if we don't get this cart back, we're in trouble.
Yes, I agree.
At which point, it doesn't matter what we want to do, because we're probably going to be disbanded from the military.
Yeah, maybe put a peg in this, and until we do more research on how to dispel this spell from Sphinxara before we.
Or we could wait about a couple weeks and then she should be good.
Yes, the duration can't be that long. He can't be that powerful.
Yeah, I mean, if we give it at least a fortnight, we'd probably be all right. It's my estimation. That's being generous, I'm assuming.
Although, I don't know. I just haven't heard of this spell being used with a book. I don't know if this is some sort of permanency attached to it. Maybe something to look into, but yeah, I think Madronicus is right. We can't really solve this right now. But this should be something we keep in mind and come back to.
As long as none of our memories get erased.
Yes, I'm directly opposed to that.
All right. I think this is where we are going to stop for the night. This was a very intense session. So, before... I'll dole out experience right now. Everybody go ahead and take 200 for role-playing. I think everybody did a great job there. You guys should have already taken your 100 XP for the recap.
Yep.
And then I'm going to give Tom 50 XP for the clever idea of scoping out for stories. That's an in-character and good idea. I am going to give Arius and Maldronicus 50 XP for that rough interaction, as well as Sphinxara and Arius 50 XP for that rough interaction. And Cassius, you're getting close to some things.
It's still early in the day, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Very
'Cause I was
early.
gonna still go back to the library.
Yeah, there's
when
still
we
plenty
were-
of time for it. I just think Dan needs his time
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to mention that so that I could remember it for next time.
All right, so and then everybody can take 500 for the session. And does anybody have any questions before we wrap up? Questions about what alternative things could have happened? What do you got? Your finger went up.
Do I know if it's anywhere near my anonymous action spell?
If it's anywhere near what?
My anonymous action spell.
What do you mean?
Like, if the spell he was using is, like, similar to that. Or if it's, like, completely different.
Let me see. I think this differs if I remember right. No, because this was very different. You could feel that he was trying to pull the memories out of the conversation. Anonymous interaction makes you kind of you personally disappear from their memory. So it's a little bit different. Similar, but different.
It would have been funny if I just bought the same exact spell as I.
Yeah, no. So, any other questions?
Nope.
No?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Then, yeah, I guess we will wrap up here. I'm very disappointed I did not get to hand out any blue magic spells.
So
Yeah,
I work
me
next
too.
Thursday. I won't be here.
Okay. That should be fine. We'll still continue on. I'll run your character if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Okay. And if you get home at any point, feel free to jump on the call.
I am scheduled till 10.
Okay.
So right as soon as we're ended. Well, I'll be back like 30 minutes after that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream. So, good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.